Hi, Kelly Eckholt here to update you on the key events of the week. So the first big event of this week was Trump's deadline for Iran, which predictably did not lead to the end of Iranian civilization on Tuesday. Rather, what was announced was a 2-week hiatus of hostilities so that negotiations could occur. This was going to be subject to a cessation of hostilities between Iran, the US and Israel, as well as a reopening of the Straits of Hormuz. The markets breathed a real sigh of relief when they heard this news, and we saw oil prices fall by about 15% and go back to levels that we probably hadn't seen for a couple of weeks. Unfortunately, neither of those conditions were ultimately satisfied. Hostilities continued between Iran and Israel, and the Straits of Hormuz were not reopened. Markets, as a result, have retraced some of those gains that they saw, although oil prices remain lower than they were a few days ago. In reality, we're probably not much further ahead in terms of resolving the Iranian war, although at least there's the prospect that negotiations are going to occur in the next couple of weeks. The other big event we had was that the Reserve Bank delivered a hawkish hold in their monetary policy review this week. The Reserve Bank expressed concern about the inflation pressures coming from the war, and they showed us a new inflation forecast that peaked at 4.2%. The MPC seems to be separated into two camps here right now. There's a hawkish group who are concerned that a proactive increase in interest rates might be required to restrain inflation pressures, while there's another group of doves that think that more time can be taken. Nevertheless, neither group seems to be interested in rate cuts at this stage. I think overall this was a more hawkish message than I was expecting from the Reserve Bank, particularly in light of those comments that the Governor made a couple of weeks ago. My view is that oil prices are going to remain high for a protracted period, and that the cost shock to New Zealand is going to be both large and protracted. That's made me bring forward my view of when the OCR is likely to start getting increased to September, and I am open to the idea that it could occur as early as May, depending on how things evolve. We'll see about that. I'll be back to update you again next week.